So I would say like this would be a good space to talk about things like again in personal journey stuff, like dark nights of the soul
Mm.
is what's often been referenced by many who are, when we start talking about things like mental well-being and some of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I had a time when I was in a particular church and it wasn't going well. I was there maybe a year, but I was in constant conflict with one of the other pastors, and I believe I was part of the problem. They were part of the problem. We both
Yeah.
contributed to this thing, but it just wore on me and wore on me, and it's something that um, caused me to need to resign. So I resigned, but then I went into this incredibly dark space for about 6 months.
Mm.
And when I say dark space, I mean like I never doubted Jesus. Like that's the interesting thing for me. Like I never doubted Jesus, but I 100% doubted me.
Mm.
And I had these thoughts of like driving into oncoming traffic, right?
Wow.
Like it was dark,
Yeah.
very dark. And and in that time, like my wife was phenomenal, my kids were amazing. Um, but man, that internal journey of like almost resenting myself.
Yeah.
And I don't actually know what I could say would be the ultimate cause of that, other than I was overwhelmed by this self-doubt and self-loathing. And so that lasted about 6 months. And I remember praying for the Lord to help me see a way out. Like, do I need to talk to certain people? Like, what do I need to do
Mm-hmm.
to work out of this thing? And then all of a sudden there was just 6 months later, this one day, and I woke up and it was just gone. Like
Wow.
God said, now it's time to stand up.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. Like there's a passage in Hebrews that says, um, like take a firm grip with your weak hands and stand firm on your shaky legs.
Mm.
And to me, that's a get up.
Yeah.
Like stop this,
Yeah.
get up. And that cloud of depression was suddenly gone.
Mm.
In that very day, I got a phone call from a church asking me to come in and do some consulting for them on how to be healthier and
Yeah.
towards their youth program and stuff. And and it's just been like fantastic ever since. And here's the interesting thing. The the journey I was in then gave me a capacity to understand people at a level that I hadn't understood before.
Hmm.
There's this line that Joseph uses towards his brothers at the end of his story. It says, "What you intended for bad, God made good."
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there are these times in our lives where there's these super negative things that come in.
Yeah.
They're harsh, they're difficult, they're
Yeah.
brutal, and that's just on a human level. And then when you attach to it the idea that the evil one wants to come in and bring lies into the mix and take you even down like this further dark hole,
Yeah.
like what he intended for bad, God made good. And my capacity for people now is greatly different.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a greater sensitivity towards those who are dealing with any kind of um, depressive issues or that kind of thing. But what I learned in the midst of it is my emotional distress did not determine who God was.
Tell me more about that.
Well, he wasn't defined by me in that
Mm-hmm.
sense. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
there are times in lives when I hear people say things to the effect of, well, if God was real, I wouldn't have felt alone in this space and time.
Okay.
And for me, that orientation of like God is God. If I truly believe he's present in all spaces and all times, and he was with me in that moment, regardless of
Mm-hmm.
my ability to see. And the prayer needs to be, Lord, open my eyes so that I might see you,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
not rescue me.
Yeah.
And I think very often we run the risk of desiring rescue more than presence.
Hmm.
I say it often to people this way, like, we seem to want to go from mountaintop experience to mountaintop experience because those mountaintop experiences are amazing. But if you've ever been on a mountaintop, there's not a whole lot of vegetation. Things grow in the valley.
Yes.
And the mountaintop is fantastic because you see the peak of you're coming out of this growth space and that kind of stuff. But God is present in both those spaces.
Yes.
But growth ultimately happens in that valley.
Yes.
And if we don't appreciate the valley, I think we get obsessed with the mountain.
Yeah.